Good morning, Classroom 8. How are you today? Here's our friend.
Hi, friends. Good morning.
Everyone can say, "Good morning, Miss Julie." There's a paper in my computer. Oh, I don't want to lose that. So it's a new day, and I'm freezing. So, hence the sweatshirt zipped up all the way, and this being like a scarf around my neck. That's better. I'll be putting my mittens on in a minute. I just got a chill. I don't know why. Well, we have the windows open. Some of them. Anyways, let's start. We have to start with what the day is. So I'm going to sing a little bit different song. I like the Days of the Week. I like that song better, but I want a little change. You ready? There are 7 days. There are 7 days. There are 7 days in a week. There are 7 days. There are 7 days. There are 7 days in a week. I can't do I leave one to an extra syllable, so I kind of put it off, but Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. And yesterday was Tuesday. So what comes after Tuesday? I just start taping this again. And in the first little bit of this tape, Miss Julie was in the background giving you a hint, but she didn't do it this time.
What, what?
Can you hear her?
What?
She's saying, what? Is she giving you a hint? What do you think the hint is? Do you think that she's telling you the day starts with what? Probably. Do we remember what letter says what? Every letter makes a sound, and as soon as I can find it, because these are out of order again. Oh. And the W says what? And what day of the week starts with a W? Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Wednesday. So today is Wednesday. All that work just for today. We haven't even gone any farther than that. What's tomorrow going to be? Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. See, I go back to that song. Tomorrow will be Thursday. And let me look up Wednesdays. Oh, do I still have my phone over here? Oh, you know what? I put it in my little lunchbox. Because this is actually Friday when you guys had no school, but we did. So let's look up our, that's not the weather. Weather for Wednesday. Come on. Wednesday. Now, according to Channel 12, it's going to be partly to mostly cloudy, high near 60. I know. Yeah, that's what it says. I guess hey, that's like the same thing it said for yesterday. Okay. Partly to mostly cloudy. A little bit of a chance for rain, it's saying. So I guess we've partly to mostly cloudy. I guess we'll stick with partly. We'll be optimistic that it's only going to be partly cloudy instead of completely cloudy, okay? It's like whether the cup is half full or half empty. So it's Wednesday. It's partly cloudy. And tomorrow's Thursday. But we now know it's Wednesday. But what day is it? You're going to have to help me count because this is still low enough that you guys should be able to help me count. Where's my numbers for the day? Oh, there they are. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. What comes after 6? Is it 9 or 7? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 9? I don't know. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Does that sound better? Which one sounds better? I think the 7. What do you think? I also want you to look up here and notice that right now, because we haven't been able to print little cute little things, that I'm alternating. What's our pattern here? Do you see a pattern starting from here? The simple pattern. Anybody see it? You go yellow, green, yellow, green, yellow, green, yellow. So what do you think tomorrow's date will be? I'm pretty sure it's going to be green. Put those away before I lose them, because I don't have all the numbers I need for this. Unfortunately, that's what happens sometimes. So, it is Wednesday, April, I almost said March, April 7th, 2021, or 2021, in the lovely month of April. My mom's birthday is the end of this month, just in case you're wondering. Today, I'm going to read something. Oh, just trying to think of, should I go over the number and letter of the week, but I'll do that later. Today we're going to read another story from our unique curriculum, and this is Riding with Dad. Now, some people don't have dads in their lives, for whatever reason that is. So if you don't, you can just imagine that saying riding with Mom. Or because it's a boy, you can think riding with my big brother, or uncle, or grandfather. Anyone you want. And it's by Emily Weinberger. She's the author. The illustrator, or the artist that drew all the pictures, is Alex Weishart. And some of the words we're going to go over in this story, because it's going into like different environments and what's in the environment and stuff. But in this one, there's a river. That's the water that flows through the land. River. Some people like to go fishing on rivers or swimming. All sorts of boating. Build. He's building that house. He's putting it together. He has a little hammer in his hand, and he's going to take that board and hammer it in. He's building it. He's making it. What's he going to do when he finishes that house? He's going to live in it. Live. And we're going to use the word, these are so little I can't get them apart. See. And remember, do we use our mouth to see or our eyes to see? Which one do we see with? We use our eyes to see. See. And where did I put this one? I know I put, oh. Oops. Go. Go. We work on that. We work on stop and go. Stop and go. Drive. What's he driving there? He's behind the little steering wheel, and he's sitting there and turns it on, vroom, 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 and he starts going around. He's in the car. He's driving his car. Okay, this one is ask. And what do you think you use? What part of your face do you use to ask somebody something? You use your mouth. He's asking a question, so we have to use our mouth for questions. Now, we all know, working in a school like this, that that's not always the case. That some kids use augmentative communication, like on their iPads and stuff, so it's not always by them speaking their own voices. Sam. I guess that's I think that must be the little boy that's in the story, Sam. He's cute. And when they go for a drive, they have to drive a car. I was so nervous when I started driving to get my license. Oy. Place. If you leave your house and you're going somewhere else, you're going to some place. Maybe you're going to school. That's a place. You're going to the store. That's a place. Place. Oh. Sometimes when we're driving, especially around here, you have to go over big bridges. I have it in the little one, but I have the big one too. And that's the bridge, the part that, and your car drives right here and it goes up, 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 and over the water. Now some bridges have to be higher because boats have to go underneath them. Bridge. Over. Over. The bear is over the cup. Over. Ooh. Cross. I don't know. They figured that was cross. Like when you cross the street. Make. We did this before in our last thing. Make. He's building it. He's making the box. He's taking pieces and putting them together and making something. When we take our cars out and we go places, different places, we drive on the road. Usually they're asphalt like this. Sometimes they're dirt, depending on where. Sometimes they're stone. Well, it depends on where you are. But most major roads are made out of asphalt and tar and stuff. And potholes. And I usually always hit them. People. That's more than one person. It's people. Like if everyone was in this class, we are people. And people, as you can see from the picture, come in all sorts of colors and sizes. And there's boys and there's girls. People. Aha. On. Here's my little cup. The bear is on the cup. On. House. That's where you live. They're talking about a house, but you could live in an apartment, but apartments are usually in bigger things. Sometimes houses are made into apartments. Dad. Remember we said the story was about dad? But not everybody has dads in their lives. Everybody has a dad, but you don't always have them in your life. In. My trusty little cup and my little yellow bear. I'm putting the bear in the cup. I put the bear in the cup. Sidewalk. That's when along some areas, not all, they have the sidewalk on the side of the road so people can walk. So people aren't walking in the road, they're walking on the sidewalk. Tunnel. That's when you come to a place and you have to drive your car through here. It goes through and it gets all dark because you're underneath a big structure. It's a tunnel. Sometimes you're going underwater and then you come back out again, or there's another road or something above you, so you have to go through a tunnel to get to the other side. Tunnel. Mountains. A lot of times that's where tunnels are. They go through part of mountains. Those are really, really big hills. And the bigger they are, the snow that lasts on top lasts longer, even in the summertime. Through. The arrow is going through the box. Through. I have my hands in the shape of a circle here. My finger is going through the box, the circle, through. Oops, dropped one. Walk. We're not running. We're not sitting. We're just calmly walking along. Then that's a person, those are the legs. Walking along. Use. That's when you take an object and you use it for something. Say, scissors. I use them to cut. Markers. I use them to color or draw or write. My cell phone. I use that to talk to other people, or that's how, since we're not supposed to go to other classrooms right still because of the COVID, we text each other if we need something from the therapist or something. That's why we have our phones near us right now. And last is next to. This box is next to that box. We'll go back to our bear cup. There's the cup, and I'm putting the bear next to the cup. Or he could be on this side, next to. And those are some of the words that are in our story. You ready? Ooh. Riding with Dad. Ooh. Remember Sam? Sam is riding in the car with Dad. They're going to Grandma's house. That's the place they're going to, Grandma's house. And they're on the road. Sounds like fun. Sam sees, uses his eyes, sees many things on the way. He asks how each thing got here. Hey, Dad, how did each thing get there? How did that get there? How did that get over there? Lots of questions. They are driving on a road. How did this road get there? That's a good question. How does the road get where it is? People made the road. We can go places on a road. So people actually had to make the roadway, cut it out of the dirt, then get the dirt all ready, then put down all the stuff you need to so you can pave it, and finally you have your finished road. They are driving over a bridge. See, there's the water underneath and there's cliffs on each side. How did this bridge get here? People made the bridge. We use the bridge to cross the river. Because otherwise, what would you do? You can't drive your car through the river. So they had to make a bridge. Sometimes they do that, otherwise you have to go like way out of your way to go around, if that's even possible. They are driving in a tunnel. Look, they had to put their lights on the car because it gets dark in there. Some of them don't get that dark. They have lights inside the tunnels, but they do get, even the ones with the light inside, it's not like the sun is shining down on you anymore. How did this tunnel get here? People made the tunnel. We use the tunnel to go through the mountain. So instead of having to try and go up and over the mountain, they make a tunnel to go through it. Saves a lot of time, plus it's a lot easier, but that must be very, very hard to make. I have no idea. They must blast away things but build the structure with cement and everything. I don't know. I don't know how they do that. They are driving next to a sidewalk. See, he's on the sidewalk. How did the sidewalk get there? People made the sidewalk. We use the sidewalk as a safe place to walk. Again, they have to level out the ground. And then when they're ready, they start putting the cement down. Oh, they drive to Grandma's house. How did this house get here? People made the house. A house is a place to live. So they had someone draw up the picture of it, and then they had someone else come and make the foundation of it, the cellar and everything. Then they had someone build it, and then fill it all in with the walls. It's a lot of work to make a house. People make and build many things. What else do people make and do and build? We know about tunnels and roads and bridges and sidewalks. What else do you think people make and build? Can you think of something else? They build statues. That's what, and an artist makes a pre-figure. And I don't know how they make statues. And I was thinking they probably go over it with something else. I don't know how they make statues. I'm not even going to try. I'm going to try and get out of that conversation. That's what I'm going to try and do. The end. So we have a few questions with this one. Let me just find my marker, because we can mark right on this time because I'm not saving it. Who is this story about? Mrs. B, Sam, or Kyle? Well, first off, let's just cross one out. So I crossed the first one I could think of. I could see. Sam or Kyle? Who is this story about? Do you remember? Hard to do with one hand. There. Let's read the first sentence and see. Sam is riding in the car with Dad. So who is the story about? Is it about Sam or Kyle? It's about Sam. What do Sam and Dad use to cross the river? Do they use a bridge? Do they use a tunnel? Or did they use a boat? Now, there are big boats where you can drive your car on there and it ferries you across to something, but that's not what we read about. They either used a bridge or the tunnel. Let's find the river. They are driving over a bridge. The bridge is over the river. We use the bridge to cross the river. So this one would be bridge. Not tunnel, no. Bridge. Who made the tunnel? Who made the big tunnel? Did birds make the tunnel? Did people make the tunnel? Or did the stars make the tunnel? Can you think of that? Who made the tunnel? Well, we know that birds didn't make the tunnel. That's silly. Can stars come down out of the sky and build things for us? I don't think so. So that leaves us with people. Let's see if we are right. They are driving in a tunnel. How did this tunnel get here? People made the tunnel. People. So we are right. We didn't circle it, but we crossed out the other answers. people. What do we use as a safe place to walk? Do we use a river to walk in? Do we use a car to walk? Or do we walk on a sidewalk so we're safe? Although if it's a very, very small river that's not moving too fast, you can walk in it, not on it. But it's not a safe place to walk. It's not like you say, oh, Mom, I'm going over to Joe's house. I'm going to take the river. A car? Would you use a car as a safe place to walk? No. Because if you're in a car, you're riding, you're not walking. So we use the sidewalk because that's supposed to be for people and not, cars aren't supposed to go on there. So it's just for people. Sometimes people riding bikes, kids riding bikes will ride on it. You're supposed to, adults that know how to ride are supposed to be in the street, but sometimes kids ride on the sidewalk. They're just learning, that's okay. So sidewalk. And one more question. What is a place to live? Is a house a place to live? Is a tree a place to live? Or is a road a place to live? Well, can you live on a road? No, you'd get awfully hot if it was sunny out and cold in the winter. Plus you could get hit by a car. Do we live in trees? Well, some people may. They build tree houses. Some are just tree houses for kids to play in, but some are people actually have houses up in the trees. But they're talking about the house. One more little paper that goes along with this that I'm going to do. So we're going to retell our story with pictures. Trying to get them all separate. So here's our picture. We have our house. There's the big city. There's a tunnel to go through and a bridge to go over. So Sam and his dad drive to Grandma's house. They use things people made to get there. So that's what Grandma's house looked like. So where are they going to start from? I guess they're starting from the city. Oh. No, I guess they go over here. What do they have to go over? They have to go over a bridge. So we're going to put our word bridge right there. Oops, can't get the tape to come apart. There we go. It's a big piece of tape. I guess we missed this one first. And that would be the road. They drove on the road first. Oh, putting it upside down. So first they went over the road, onto the road. They went over the bridge. And then they had to follow the road this way. And then what did they come to? Did they come to a house? Or did they come to a tunnel? If you can see Miss Julie, she's shaking her head. Which one is the right one? When I showed this one, did they drive through a house? She's going. And then I showed this one, did they drive through a tunnel? And she's doing this. So which one means yes? This or this? Do you remember when we do yes and no? Oh, I don't know where my yes and no cards are somewhere in this. Oh, here's no. No is, oh, there's yes. Yes is, and she was doing that when we talked about going through the tunnel. If you thought that was the correct answer, good job. So then they go through the tunnel and they come back out and they're driving. And if they wanted to go this way, they'd go into the city. And especially in cities, you find lots of what to walk on, where it's safe to walk on. Hey, I'm missing a picture. Oh, no, here it is. Do they walk on a sidewalk or do they walk on the house? That's so silly, walk on a house. So they walk on the sidewalk, which is the safe place for people to walk. So they're not in the traffic with the cars, because that would be very, very dangerous, or it could be very, very dangerous. Let's take that one down. And finally, where did they end up going? Where were Dad and Sam going? Besides over the river and through the woods. Do you remember whose house they were going to visit? They were going to visit Grandma's house. I hope they had a really good visit. I used to love visiting with my grandma. Of course, I didn't have to go far. She lived in the same house. Well, it was a duplex, so she had her own side of the house. So it was nice. And that's our little map. I hope you have a really good afternoon and night.
Bye, friends. See you next time.
Bye, Lucas. Bye, Caitlin. Bye, Jeremiah. And just in case, goodbye, Amari. Goodbye, Josiah, in case they're not here. And I will talk to you again later. Bye.